Understand the depth of the matter. A ceasefire was reached between Iran and United States, and the UAE demanded money from the country that mediated it. Saudi Arabia is also very angry about it. How did this happen? Everyone knows that Pakistan has no status to mediate between any two countries, and that's why the question is being asked. Why is Pakistan mediating between the United States and Iran? Why is Pakistan doing this? Not just you and me, but analysts, even prominent analysts, were thinking that the efforts Pakistan is making are huge surprise. And that huge surprise is because of Pakistan's global position. Its domestic challenges and Pakistan's last time with Donald Trump didn't go well for Pakistan. This is absolutely correct. Now that the ceasefire has been declared, the official statement from Iran reveals Pakistan's role, whether as a mediator or something else. Iran's National Security Council issued a statement on the ceasefire, explaining how it all happened. You can see people are overjoyed, celebrating, as if they have defeated the United States. I think these statements hold some merit, because what Trump was saying before the ceasefire, he was talking nonsense, acting as if he was extremely frustrated and unable to digest his defeat. On the other hand, all of the Iran statements were within reasonable framework. So look at the statement itself. I am highlighting Pakistan separately here to bring us to the heart of the matter we are discussing. The entire statement refers to Pakistan, stating that Iran drafted a 10-point plan and sent it to United States via Pakistan. It's worth noting that this entire 10-point plan was created by Iran. This means it was a message from Iran to the United States via Pakistan. In his statement, he further writes that the Prime Minister of Pakistan informed Iran that despite all the threats from the United States, all these principles have been accepted. A closer look at the statement specifically mentions Pakistan has been informed, not consulted. Beyond this, there's no mention of Pakistan anywhere. The entire statement concludes, forget about any kind of mediation by Pakistan. Its value is exactly like when you go somewhere and order food. The person takes the order, goes there, and brings the food to you. There's an expert named Michael Rubin, who has worked with the US Pentagon. He is quite reputable. He says that Pakistan is promoting capabilities it doesn't even possess. This means that the way it's talking about being a mediator is completely false. Our foreign minister has even said that he won't participate in the work Pakistan is doing because we don't know how to engage in this kind of brokering. Clearly, the foreign ministers represent India and is a civilized person. He couldn't have used such language, but he had made it clear that he wouldn't engage in brokering, meaning who was trying to broker. This is Pakistan. Look here. While all this was going, there's this report from March 17th that shows that Iran attacked Saudi Arabia. Pakistan strangely disappeared. It completely absconded, as if it had no alliance with Saudi Arabia. Pakistan's alliance with Saudi Arabia was formed some time ago when it was demanding money. It went to Saudi Arabia and a defense deal was signed. This condition that has been created between Iran and America and Israel is not new, and the Gulf countries had already understood that we should not trust America and Israel so much, and they proved to be absolutely right. That is why they were looking for alternative partners who would be buried under their money, in which Pakistan comes first and only. Then see here, a defense agreement is made between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, and after that what is contained and what is not clearly is written here, but it has no meaning today. Look in the official statements. It is written that an attack on one will be considered an attack on the other, and a mechanism will be developed between these two countries that will bring about joint defense and Gulf deterrence capabilities. The talk is so grand that Pakistan together with Saudi Arabia will provide deterrence over the entire Gulf. That is the ability to prevent any kind of attack within its borders. Forget about others. When the Saudi Arabia was attacked, Pakistan only condemned it, strongly condemned it, and did nothing else. Pakistan, with the help of its newspapers, started making grand claims that this was a very dangerous escalation. Pakistan condemns all Iranian strikes on Saudi Arabia's energy facilities. They have issued a full statement condemning Pakistan and even offering condolences. They stand in solidarity with Saudi Arabia. Within the report, you will find Shahbaz Sharif's tweet and Pakistan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But nowhere does it say Saudi Arabia has acknowledged this nonsense. India is clearly aware of all this talk, but perhaps Saudi Arabia wasn't aware of the time. Pakistan only wants loans, and the loans that it doesn't have to pay back. Whenever the issue of repaying loans arises, it goes to the extent of saying, we will cooperate with you, you and I are brothers, you will be attacked, we would be attacked, and when you are attacked, we strongly condemned it. And ultimately, That's exactly what happened. Pakistan's relation with the Gulf countries deteriorated because it failed to live up to the defense pact it had signed. This led to the UAE demanding the return of $3.5 billion loan from Pakistan. When Pakistan signed the defense pact with Saudi Arabia, it had no idea that this issue would quickly become so serious that conditions with Iran would deteriorate so rapidly. And when it did, how did it deteriorate? It deteriorated so rapidly that 85% of the missiles launched landed on these Gulf nations, while only 15% hit Israeli or American bases. It's not just with Pakistan, but the US relation with the Gulf are also rapidly deteriorating. Today, Gulf nations are unable to trust the US, and Pakistan is being viewed as merely a pawn of US, or rather, a messenger who will divert attention from one side to the other, and nothing else will happen. Anything beyond this will be met with strong condemnation. Al Jazeera, Qatar's mouthpiece, which publishes its government's views, also acknowledges that Pakistan is positioning itself between Iran and Saudi Arabia. For how long can it remain neutral? Especially when Pakistan has a defense pact with Saudi Arabia and Iran is firing missiles against it. On the one hand, Pakistan itself is searching for mediators to normalize the situation with Afghanistan, which has already devastated them. Furthermore, the Balochistan issue is completely slipping out of their hands, and Pakistan is being expected to interfere in the ongoing work in Middle East. Pakistan simply wasn't able to do what the Gulf nations expected of it, and they had given it so much money. The UAE flatly told them, "Brother, please return the $3.5 billion loan immediately. I am incurring losses. I can't give you any more." Pakistan is Pakistan, and everywhere in Pakistan knows this. The public knows that once money is taken from somewhere, it doesn't has to be returned. And it's from within that public that the MPs are elected. As soon as UAE asked for its money back, the Pakistani senators calling them poor and making false accusations. It's being said that everywhere in Pakistan that they are giving them because they have to. It is an act of kindness and also a moral responsibility to help the UAE. If someone comes to you and is powerful, you are forced to repay them. Otherwise, if you default on the loan, no one will lend you another loan. You will have trouble with the IMF. That's why you have to repay it. This is a certainty. And the UAE has also made it clear this time that it will repay the loan. So they are telling them, look, we are so brave, so large-hearted, our dignity is so high that we will give you back. What money is yours? The UAE knows full well the $3.5 billion it's demanding back isn't a huge deal. It will plunge Pakistan into dire crisis. It deserves to be drained. So why is UAE doing this, and why will Saudi Arabia do it in the future? This is easily understood. It's about creating pressure. Saudi Arabia recently signed a deal with US for approximately $1 trillion, around $900 billion, promising to invest around $1 trillion in the US, and it has lent Pakistan around $5 billion only. Now tell me, if they pressure Saudi Arabia or the UAE for $5 billion, the obvious reason behind it is, why don't you deliver on your expectations for the crumbs you have been given? When Pakistan was supposed to receive a loan from the IMF by 2024, they clearly explained their recovery plan, how their local debt would be eliminated, and how they would raise reserves from their partners. Even after war began, Pakistan demanded a deposit rollover from Saudi Arabia for its $5 billion oil facility, which Saudi Arabia promised them would be completed by 2025. Look, after the defense deal, there's a report from October 10, 2025 that Saudi Arabia said it would reshape Pakistan's economic future, using its money to do so. Around $28 billion was reported allocated for all this. Although you can say anything, Saudi Arabia was told that it has an opportunity there. This is it. We will build a refinery, upgrade it, build a steel plant, build a dam, etc. Saudi Arabia doesn't need any of this. It doesn't care. No one wants to invest in a place like Pakistan. It only wants the military to take whatever money comes from Pakistan and run away. And the military has some people within its ranks who can sacrifice their lives in these wars. It needs to be pushed forward for this very purpose. Because whether it's Saudi Arabia or the UAE, their army is small one. And therefore, before sending their own people to such a costly health or martyrdom, they should first use their servants or those who can die cheaply. That's why the mind says. Another very interesting thing happened before this. Saudi Arabia along with Turkey and Pakistan talked about condemning Iran. Regarding what? They issued a statement saying that the kind of rhetoric Iran is making means I will do this, I will do that in the Gulf. Overall, they objected to their language as well as their missiles, etc. Now if you object to Iran's language, These are your values. So what do you say about Donald Trump? And forget Donald Trump. It's been clearly said within the Pakistan that UAE is gradually becoming a united India. This means he could lose his sovereignty. These insulting statements are coming from Pakistan regarding the UAE. No civilized country would use these tactics against another country, especially when it has received so much money from them in exchange for generosity. Donald Trump and Pakistan speaking matters are almost equal. That's why they are seen in close proximity these days. However, any assistance to Pakistan is being provided by the US not directly but through the IMF. And the IMF security system, which operates through this process, is now under threat. Before accepting the money, Pakistan briefed the IMF on its recovery plan. But what is the current situation? This is the current situation, and this is no longer a matter of concern. This isn't from a small portal. This news appeared on TradingView stating that Pakistan's UAE loan repayment means it will have to return the money. This has put the IMF's program at risk, meaning the IMF will have to withdraw. The $3 billion loan given to Pakistan came at a high interest rate of 6%. Now it has been demanded back. Pakistan was asked, why is this being withdrawn? Is there any geopolitical reason behind this in the Middle East? Although they denied it, everyone knows there is one. Pakistan's relation with the Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi and Riyadh have deteriorated significantly over time. First because of Yemen and now because of the Strait of Hormuz. However, Pakistan doesn't have a large navy capable of shelling the Strait of Hormuz, and it doesn't have an air force capable of anything other than attacking unnamed Taliban fighters. When it boasts so much, people expect it to answer for the money it paid. Besides the current UAE program, it will also have to return 1.3 billion euro bonds that are maturing. And by June, its obligation will increase by another $4.8 billion. Pakistan has been facing such a severe economic crunch recently that it has to be handed by everyone. It was handed because it possesses nuclear weapons. We don't want fail completely because it has any nuclear power fails. Its enriched uranium, etc., could fall in the hands of Iran or something else. That's why an attempt was made to give Pakistan a lifeline. But that lifeline was due to the nuclear factor. Now these Gulf countries are trying to bring it back into the limelight because they are facing a problem that you are not able to fulfill what you promised for Iran. And therefore, they too will have to demonstrate their position. So the bottom line is that Pakistan, which was creating a ruckus, is a mediator, is very powerful. Its relations are somehow growing internationally. Pakistan is growing, that's the whole picture. There has been a demolition here. Iran has done it itself. Apart from this, due to the tension in Middle East, its relations with the Middle East have to be deteriorated. The remittances it used to receive, the foreign exchange it used to send its workers to work have also completely stopped. This shows that Pakistan is emerging as the biggest loser in this entire game, which is not over yet. The way the people there are talking about the formation of a united India is again going to anger the Gulf countries even more. We are returning the loan money to you because of your largesse. This entire game will continue for a long time, but it will be against Pakistan. The difficulties with the Pakistan are still somewhat problematic for India, but they don't seem to be that serious. And now that the 2-week ceasefire has been imposed, as it was bound to, it will also drag on even longer. Before that, something else may stir up tensions within the United States, leading to the further revolutions. But this entire game is being orchestrated by Israel, and if it is after nuclear weapons, it knows full well that Pakistan will be second only to Iran. Either this entire country becomes our control, or all of these weapons grade uranium which is packed inside its weapons will disappear. Only this can make Israel safe, and Israel is fully committed to this matter. He does what he thinks. We have seen it. May there be peace throughout the world. May everyone prosper. May everyone live in peace. This is what every Indian wants. But who can stop what is destined to be happen? We are keeping an eye on what happens next along with you. Let's see what happens. Namaskar. Thank you. Jai Hind.